enough, you're dealing with it. And just so you know, I have you on record. So are you going to fix my issue or no?
No.
Okay. So do you want to tell them about the sexual relationship we had?
Alright, what's up with the YouTube fam? I'm back again with another video right now. Listen, man, basically it's a situation where a dude is exposing someone who is a teacher or something up there at the Hampton University, right, at HBCU. And there's been a lot of speculations on if this is real or what's going on and things like that. I haven't got a chance to actually see the full visual video. I've seen a 1 minute video, and I actually found a 9-minute video, I think, of him allegedly giving the first part. It say part 1, so we're gonna go ahead and check this out and see what the hell is going on. I just want to say, man, there's a lot of people out there, a lot of them dudes out there that's liking on that boy butt, they liking on the men, liking on them boys, and lying about it. Bro, if that's what you like, bro, stop hiding it, bro. Stop doing all that weirdo shit. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, and let me say this too, every single thing, every single word that I say in this video from beginning to the end is all allegedly. And it's just my thoughts and opinions. I'm not saying any of this shit is true. And I definitely don't want to put that type of jacket on somebody without bona fide facts. But from what we're seeing and what we're hearing, he exposed this man. So let's go ahead and jump into this. I seen the first minute of the whole situation, but I ain't seen the other part. So I put it all together. We finna get into this and see what the hell is going on. But look, before we move forward, I want to tell everybody out there that's rocking with me, I appreciate you for being here. I hope that everything is okay with you and your family. And I'm wishing y'all nothing but the best in every aspect of y'all's life. When I say that, I'm only talking to those who say it back to me in return, and to those who reciprocate the same energy back to me as well, but just not typing it out for whatever the reason may be. Go down there and get your tickets to enter the sweepstakes. I'm giving away this car August the 2nd at 8:30 p.m. It's a 2025 GMC Terrain. One of my supporters out there will be receiving it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and get as many tickets as you want. I get free tickets out all the time too as well. So, you know, you can be the lucky winner who didn't have to pay or just paid a little bit and still get this car. It's paid off in full. It's yours when you leave me. You can do whatever the hell you want to do with it. We got some other stuff to talk about when you do come, but ultimately it's yours right out, no strings attached. But look, another thing, add all my social medias, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and all that gonna be in the comment section. But let's go ahead and jump into this and see what's going on. And like I said before, if you liking on them boys, man, and you a man or dude out there, stop that old weirdo shit, bro. Come out with your preferences and live your life. Be you. I've always been a firm believer in standing on what you believe and what you want to do. So it is what it is, man. You know, a lot of people be getting mad at me because I don't be, you know, coming at people for liking whatever they like. I don't really give a damn. You like what you like. But we definitely gonna talk about some shit if it hit this internet. So let's talk about it. Let's go.
Enough, you're dealing with it. And just so you know, I have you on record. So are you going to fix my issue or no?
No.
Okay. So do you want to tell them about the sexual relationship we had?
Look at Cuz. Look at Cuz.
No, you handle it. I'm your issue. I have you on record.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, you don't? Should I show you the screenshots right now? Oh, now you're going to lunch. This
Screenshot.
is TikTok. This is the gentleman who basically came to my apartment and tried to sleep with me just so I can get grades back. And his name is Leroy Hamilton, and this is his office.
Surviving Hampton, season finale part 1. This video isn't to discourage anyone from applying or attending Hampton University, but this video is to just inform anyone that is applying to any HBCU, you know, just do your research on any college. But like I said, this is my story. I can't testify for anybody else but me. But I did want to say that my experience at Hampton has been very depressing. It has been traumatic, and words just cannot describe the shit that these people have put me through at this university. You know, I know that a lot of people aren't going to be for, you know, your kind or what you are all about, and I get that. But I just feel like certain...
So, you know, when I got some of these video clips and pictures and shit, I didn't even read this one right here. So basically it's stating, he wrote this. It says, well, it's cut off. I can't read it all the way, so it's gonna be kind of hard. But it says this post is about Leroy Hamilton, the assistant at Hampton University. It's cut off. I can't see that shit, bro. But basically, I'll probably try to put it here. I ain't gonna sit over here and bust my brain trying to read this shit. But ultimately, that's the guy's name, allegedly. And yeah, he said he's deeply impacted. It's all cut off. I can't see this shit. But yeah, let's get back into the video. But yeah, man, my boy Leroy. Quit all that lying, man. If you like on that butt, man, just say what you like. Now, that's if that's the truth. But let's get back into it. I don't really be knowing too many gay dudes who be lying. You know what I'm saying? I've been hearing that shit. People be out here talking about that, man. Real talk, them gay dudes don't really be lying, but everybody is capable of lying. So, hey, we just spectators here. Let's get back into it.
Certain things, once you have a certain position at a university, there are certain things that you just should not be doing. And there are just certain things that you should be doing. For an example, if you are someone that holds a highly ranked position at a university, you should not be lying, you should not be hiding anything, and you should not be tampering with anything. And that is exactly what's going on at Hampton. I just want to say that I'll probably end up telling my full story because it's all going to tie into one, but there's so many elements in this story and key parts that just stood out to me that I experienced at this university that just makes me I have a second opinion about some things that we as a community do to one another, and I just had a eye opener about something. And
okay, so look, I found another picture. I've been over trying to get there because I gotta see. I'll be trying to figure out what the hell going on. They say that he was in a position to manipulate and sabotage students' academic records, including my own. Grades were misreported, and my academic standing was jeopardized. Damn, I hate that. I'm gonna try to go to his damn page so I can see what the hell going on, because it's all cut off still. Let's get back into it. I just have to say that so people can kind of understand what he was talking about. So he want that dude to fix these goddamn grades, and I guess he's saying something about their sexual relationship. That's probably why the boy, you know what I'm saying, mess with his grades. But I don't know. Let me get back into this. I'm gonna let y'all watch this. I'm gonna be over here trying to research it. Let's get to the bottom of it. Let's go.
those is that I think some of us, when we get positions that's highly ranked, we tend to abuse the power and abuse it in the sense that I can do whatever I want to do and can't nobody check me. I started going to Hampton straight out of high school, 2020, COVID. When I first applied to Hampton, I was a pharmaceutical science major. Keep in mind, I graduated with dual enrollment from high school, so I graduated with my pharmacy technician certification as well as 12 credit hours to transfer into a science degree, biology, anything like that. So I'm from an area where, my parents are not college educated, but they did make things happen for me, and they did set me up so that I would be able to go to college. They weren't the richest, but they did take precautions to make sure that I went to school. So this is like a very huge milestone for me. First, my parents only have one child, which is me. First child to go to college, I did not know what the was getting myself into, and I also want to say, because my parents did not have this experience or prior knowledge of the college life, it was kind of hard for me to navigate through this situation because I didn't have nobody in my corner. So there would be key parts in this story that I just spazzed out and went off on the administration because of the things that they were doing and just messing with me. It's just wild. So in the spring of, we're not even going to talk about that right now, but like I said, I applied to Hampton in 2020, got in, I came in, we were online, it was COVID. When we got back on campus that following year, we found out that Hampton lost their pharmacy accreditation. So I ended up not being in the pharmacy program. They ended up switching my degree to a pharmaceutical sciences degree, which would be completed in 4 years. With the other program, you got your doctorate of pharmacy in 6 years. I went to Hampton because I had already graduated with those pharmacy credits, so that I could, you get it. So yeah. So after that, after they ended up telling us, they lost their accreditation, I'm like, well, that's a bad look. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna switch to a different major. So once I did switch to a different major, the major that I was going to switch to, which was the School of Nursing, she told me that I could not switch into the School of Nursing because it was too late, and she was not sure if my classes from previously transferred into the program. Mind you, this is my first semester on campus. I don't know anything about college, So when it came down for registration, I was registered for like these random ass classes for what major, StratCom. So I was a journalism major. I'm like, what the hell? So at this time, I'm like, okay, so I'm just doing the journalism stuff or whatever. Boom. After that semester ended, I only had one semester full of like journalism classes, but I still was taking stuff like Bio 101, so I still had those classes or whatever. So after that, after my sophomore year, my first year on campus, I ended up just switching my major to health sciences, which was the field. Now, most of my credits did transfer into that program, but Hampton University School of Nursing, that's a whole...
Okay, so another piece of this message is basically saying that this guy, Leroy, he is married, has kids. Well, he's engaged. Well, no, they said he got a wife. It's crazy I got to go through all this shit just to read some shit, boy. He got a wife, kids, inappropriate relationships with students, crossing ethical, professional, and legal boundaries. And he said he isn't doing this out of malice, just basically for awareness. And what else? Saying it's unsafe and things like that. Now, all of those is his thoughts and opinions on everything. I just want to say it's a lot of different people out there in high places who do certain things. So, you know, you just got to be careful and mindful. And I feel like that a lot of people that's been doing it for so long, this is the year of Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, or whatever, however you want to put that. Basically, it's where everything gets exposed. And I feel like this is one of the things that people need to start talking about and looking into a little bit more. They be having all these inappropriate ass relationships, messing up people's future and things like this. So, you know, let's get back into it.
That's a whole, and I love every professor. That's a whole story in its own. So I love the School of Nursing, and this situation is not their fault because they have problems of their own. But this situation, my situation, plus that made it hard for them, and they already was having problems on top of what they got going on with my situation. So when I came back on campus, that sophomore year, my sophomore year was rocky for me. Like I got on academic probation my spring semester. That semester was really rocky for me. Like I said, just switching into a new major, But anyway, my junior year came back, rocked that shit out. Health sciences, fall semester, dean's list. We get to spring semester. I end up getting into it with this football player who I had relations with. He basically got mad, and this is somebody who is down low. He considers himself as down low, but he's not really down low because, in my opinion, if you're going to be down low, you have to at least, if you don't want me to tell your secret and you want to keep having sexual relations with me, what are you going to give me for me not to say anything? All we doing is having a little fun. Like, no, you're not my nigga. You're not buying me anything. Like, so if I want to tell my friend that's what I did on some shit that was fun, then I'm going to tell my friend, you hold no weight. You know, you're not in the, like, you just hold no weight. And by me being the way I am, I'm not messy, but I don't let nobody play with me. I will do anything to protect my name. And if that means for me to go and tell somebody about you, then so be it. But you're not going to sit up here and be over for no reason.
So I don't know what he mean by that right there, but you got to be careful. That's a double-edged sword because, you know, people will take your life for implementing them in certain things that they don't want the world to know. You know, you got to be real, real careful with that. Now, I don't get the whole gist of messing with people. It's kind of like an extortion attempt in a certain way, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying that he's doing that. I'm just saying if you just look at it from what he's saying, it's kind of like if you don't pay me, I'm going to put this out there. But he said you're not going to play with me as well, so it can go both ways. I don't really know. Hell, that's too deep for me. My brain's starting to, you know what I'm saying, fog up in this area because this ain't some shit, you know what I'm saying, that I'll be thinking about it, having to worry about it, shit like that. But I want to say, if you're out there doing things you shouldn't be doing, you got to expect that things will hit the, you know, internet. It'll go to the public and shit like that. And if people want something from you, a lot of the times, man, people think you're playing, but ultimately you're not, and you finna expose their ass, and it is what it is. I just feel like that if you're gonna do this, man, walking your truth, quit all that playing and shit, but you gotta also not be moving like he moving too, because that's very, very dangerous. And if you run across this video, no disrespect to you, bro, I'm just saying, you know, you gotta watch that shit, because this can really, you know what I'm saying, land you in a place where you don't want to be, or something can happen to you in so many different ways. So just be careful. But the other dude, if he really doing what he said that he's doing, the damn professor, his ass need to be exposed. Real talk. Let's get back into it.
Especially if I was nice to you. So he found out about me telling my friend about that. Some girl went and told him overnight. So tell me why she basically told him I was in the student center. He came in there and I don't know if maybe he thought I was something. Maybe he thought I couldn't fight, but he swung. He punched me in my head. I put that phone 13 Pro Max down, and Yeah.
Cousin jumped on him at the school.
That was all she wore. I beat his fucking ass. I don't know what the he thought this was, and the nigga. So it was really embarrassing for him because he is 6'3". He played football, and number one, he plays football at Hampton. That should tell you something. So also, what else? Yeah, he plays football at Hampton. So it's really a bit. And I'm 5'7", and I'm thick. I got an ass. So that's the only thing. And if some of y'all probably seen that video. So anyway, yeah, beat his ass. Do you want to know these? I suspend him. He got to graduate, but he hit me first. They did not fully investigate. And I even had statements of people saying they seen him hit me first. I was the only one that got put out of school.
Missing a
and
career.
Also, they didn't do shit about it. They did, girl. Anyways, but I'm just gonna leave this story at this. When they put me out of school for a year.
This finna end, so let me see what I can find. I need to go see if I can find his page or something like that, bro, so we can get into this. I'll be right back. Give me a couple seconds. All right, I'm back. So look, it look like the TikTok that he was on is gone. Ain't no more of that. But I did find a news article. This done made it to the news, so we finna watch that. I added it to this video as well. I want to see what the hell the news talking about. But ultimately, you can't be out here moving the way that he's moving and expecting for shit to keep on going the way that you want it to go. You can't be messing with these students and then thinking that they won't expose your ass. You're already doing something you shouldn't be doing anyway, you feel me? But it's just, hey, that's just how I see it. But yeah, he still got to be careful with everything that he's doing because this is very, very dangerous. I just feel like it was time for that dude to get caught. And, you know, he just needs to be exposed. Let's get back into the video, though.
I'm going to show you the letter that I was given on April the 12th. Y'all going to see the date. In that letter, tell me where it says anything about them taking my transcript, taking my grades, removing my credit hours, or anything like that. Now, when I post this up here, this is the start of hell right here. This is when I started to know what the is going on at this university. So I'm gonna post a picture of the separation letter, and I'm gonna post a picture of my transcript. And also keep in mind, according to the law, FAFSA, the financial aid for students, if you are at that school more than 40% of the time, they are allowed to keep the money, and your grades are supposed to reflect what you have been doing. In that case, basically what it said. So, in that case, that's going to lead us to part 2.
Oh, we going to get it story time, but I see a lot of people asking for the screenshots. Oh, y'all must not know me. Baby, I like my drama with extra cheese and broccoli. Hold that thought.
Okay, hold on. You know we finna read this. Oh, Lord. Leroy Hamilton Jr. Leroy ass is cutting up. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into these damn messages right here. So, Leroy said, what's code to get in? And he the damn teacher talking like that. What's code to get in? He said, it's just that if I see your face, I'm going to get turned off. And I guess that's the code to get in. Damn. Ooh, cuz talking to him crazy already. You still want to bone somebody and they telling you that your ugly ass going to turn them off? Okay, he said, okay, so you want me to wear something over my face? LOL. Ooh, he wanted it bad, cuz that nigga tripping, cuz. He said, yeah, I don't want to see you. He keeping it too real. He said, I just want to feel something on my D. Oh, Lord. Ooh, we. Cuz said, I will wear something over my face. He asked him, what you got? Why would you still want to go here? Some people like that, though. They get a kink out of that, talking to them crazy. He said, what you got? Question mark. The dude said, I'm on the floor. He already tuned it up. Oh, my bad. He said, what apartment number? I guess he's talking about the floor. I'm tripping. So he said, what you got to cover up your face, nigga? The dude said, a skull cap. He said, you not wearing a mask, right? Damn, this dude, hey. If that's really, really true and these are real screenshots, Leroy, I keep on saying Leroy, man, you belittling yourself to hell, boy. I wouldn't dare reduce myself to let nobody talk to me and treat me like this, boy. If you don't want to see my face, well, I don't mean boy, literally. If you just, I'm saying boy in general, like, hey, look, if you don't want to see my face, then shit, you just won't see my face. But I guess that's what he into, man, real talk. Ain't no way in the hell. But this can cause a lot of problems for that dude, you know. He can get sued for putting out certain information, you know. So I know some of y'all gonna say that people that's doing videos about it can too. Not really, not necessarily, because We're not saying it's true. We're just reacting to what we see, you know. So it is what it is. But let's get back into the video, man. Hold up. What else this say right there? Shit, hold on. Damn, too much going on. Let me see. Hold up. Message says, Xavier, clarification. Mr. Williams asked if I knew you. Spring 2023. I said no. Damn. He said, Xavier, please stop. Oh, man. They say May 12th, 2025. So, shit, it might be some truth to this shit. Let's get back into it, man.
Also tonight, a Hampton University administrator is under investigation after a video goes viral.
In it, a student claims that grades were withheld in exchange for an inappropriate request. 10 on your side's Nick Broadway now with what he learned from officials and students.
We tried reaching out to and talking to many students at Hampton University about the social media posts. Many are too worried to go on camera, concerned about what action the university would take against them if they talk about it.
Damn.
Since summer break started last month, there were not many students walking around campus. Of the ones we did find, all of them said they know about the video, with many saying it's just too messy to talk about. One student agreed to speak to us anonymously.
I did not want this to tarnish the reputation of the university. I felt like the entire situation was unfortunate.
For legal reasons, we cannot show you the social media video. It shows a student confronting a school administrator at their office about the, quote, sexual relationship they had to get grades. The administrator said they don't know what they're talking about and walks away. On Monday, the university president sent this letter to students after the video went viral over the weekend. It says they're investigating what happened and are offering up mental health services for students. We tried calling the administrator in question.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
But they did not pick up. When we went to their address that showed up on public records, no answer. When we reached out to Hampton University, they sent us a statement saying they will not comment on personnel matters because they are confidential. We asked the university if the school administrator still works there, if police are involved, and if they can release any details about the investigation. They were not able to tell us tonight.
I just hope that it gets handled through the proper channels and that we can get back to some normalcy. Even with a bad actor, I don't think that diminishes anything that this university has stood on for over a century.
Staff at Hampton University tell us they're still working on the investigation. In Hampton, Nick Broadway, 10 on your side.
Now, that's the end of that video. And I just feel like that, you know, at the end of the day, we'll figure out what the hell really going on. But at the same time, you know, I'm thinking like, damn, this is a big, you know, college and they can pull strings and this can end right here too as well. I just want to say it was good to get this type of awareness, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like, you know, people got to stop jeopardizing so many different things for stuff that you're really not supposed to be doing in the first place, you know? But, yeah, and not standing in your truth going to always bite you in your ass. That's why I live in mine. Hell, I'm not going to be lying to nobody and none of that shit. I'm going to tell you the truth and tell you what it is, and it is what it is from there. But all that lying and playing and shit going to get you in a world of trouble, you know what I'm saying? But ultimately, I done said enough about everything pertaining to this situation. If something else come out, I'll bring another video. But, yeah, man, I hope they do it out there. Be safe because this is a dangerous game you're playing. But that's all I got to say. Let me know your thoughts and opinions, and I'm going to holler at y'all later on another video. All right.